In the teachings of our path, we are often reminded of one simple yet profound truth. All that begins must come to an end. Yet, endings are not to be feared. They are not punishments. They are invitations to let go, to accept, to love even more deeply. Many people spend their entire lives rushing toward the future, but very few are taught how to be present at the closing of life. And fewer still are taught to recognize the sacred signs that life is gently drawing to its natural conclusion. Today, I want to speak to you about 5 subtle signs that an elderly person may be in the final year of their journey. These are not medical diagnoses, they are spiritual signals. Whispers from the soul, not alarms from the body. They are gentle, and if we are quiet enough, we will hear them. This conversation is not about sorrow. It is about presence, awareness, and honoring the sacred final chapter of a human life. So let us begin with open hearts and attentive spirits. One of the earliest and most overlooked signs is a gentle, almost invisible withdrawal from external involvement. An elderly person may begin to quietly step away from conversations, social activities, or family gatherings, not because of sadness, but because something within them is calling them inward. We often misunderstand this as depression or isolation, but if you observe carefully, you will see a shift in priorities. The world outside, with all its noise and movement, no longer holds the same pull. Instead, their attention turns to memory, to silence, to something unnameable. It is not a running away, it is a returning to the self. Think of the sun setting in the evening. Its light does not disappear suddenly. It softens, fades gently, giving space to the darkness, which is not emptiness, but another form of presence. This withdrawal is not absence, it is preparation. The preparation of the soul to move into a different kind of being. In this moment, we should not try to pull them back into the world. Instead, we should meet them where they are, in quiet conversation, in shared stillness. Sit beside them. Listen to the silence together. That is where they are now, and that is where we can meet them. You may notice a change in how they relate to rest and wakefulness. What once was a predictable rhythm, sleep at night, activity during the day, may become inconsistent. They may begin sleeping more during daylight hours and staying awake in the calm of the night. Some nights they may simply lie awake, not restless, but reflective. This shift is not random. The body is beginning to conserve energy, redirecting it from action into awareness. In many spiritual teachings, we understand that as a person nears death, their energy, their chi, no longer fuels action, but instead begins to dissolve inward. The body prepares to rest, not for a night, but for a longer, final release. These sleep changes are often misunderstood. Family may feel frustrated, thinking the elder is wasting away or not trying hard enough. But in truth, this slowing is natural, necessary, and wise. The body is letting go of structure, no longer tied to the ticking of the clock. The soul is beginning to listen to a different rhythm. Do not try to push them to stay awake or get more active. Instead, accompany them through this transition. Offer soft blankets. Allow them to drift off whenever their body asks for it. Their time is no longer governed by hours, but by moments. These are sacred moments. Do not fill them with noise. Another sign, subtle yet deeply symbolic, is the loss of appetite, not just for food, but for the material world in general. An elderly person may begin to eat less, decline their favorite meals, or even stop eating altogether. To those around them, this may cause concern, even fear. But we must understand what is truly happening. Food nourishes the body, but when the body no longer seeks to remain, the hunger naturally fades. In the Shaolin way, we say, When the fire is no longer needed, the flame quiets itself. Their digestion slows, their preferences change. The sweetness of a fruit or the warmth of tea may still bring joy, but only for a moment. They are not rejecting life. They are preparing for something beyond it. This is a time to offer not just food, but presence. A warm hand on the back, a smile, a whispered story. Sometimes a small spoon of soup offered with love carries more meaning than a full plate. In this stage, the soul hungers not for calories but for connection. Resist the urge to force or shame. There is no need to convince them to eat like they used to. The body knows what it needs and what it no longer needs. Let every offering of nourishment become a ritual of care, not an act of control. Something extraordinary happens near the threshold of life moments of unexpected clarity. An elder who has been quiet, even forgetful, may suddenly speak with great insight. Their eyes may become bright, their words poetic. They may recall memories long buried or speak to people unseen. These are not hallucinations. These are openings. The mind, once foggy, clears as if the soul is making one final effort to tie together the strands of its life. In many traditions, this is called the last gift. It is a sacred time, a time when wisdom flows freely and everything that was left unsaid tries to be spoken. They may speak about regrets or love or memories you've never heard before. They may suddenly say goodbye in words or in gesture. These are not meaningless outbursts. They are messages from deep within. Often, they will speak as if from two worlds, one foot still here and the other already crossing over. During these moments, be still. Do not correct them. Do not question them. Do not dismiss their words as confusion. Just listen. Truly listen. Their soul is speaking, perhaps for the last time. Let it be heard with reverence, not judgment. And then there comes a stillness, a sacred calm that enters the room, even when no words are spoken. It is not fear. It is not pain. It is the silence before a candle goes out, gentle, peaceful, complete. You may notice they sit quietly for long periods. They do not fidget. They do not complain. Their breath is soft, their gaze distant, sometimes fixed on the horizon or on something no one else sees. The atmosphere around them begins to feel lighter, like the air before a snowfall, silent, sacred, serene. This is not something to disturb, it is something to join. Sit beside them, match their breath, hold their hand, and in that silence offer your presence. Because in this stillness, the soul is preparing, loosening its grip on the body, loosening its attachments to the world. And when you feel this, when the room itself begins to feel like a sacred temple, that this is the final blessing. The soul is not afraid. The body is not resisting. The spirit is simply at peace. My dear friends, as we come to the close of this message, I invite you not just to reflect, but to feel, to breathe, to truly understand that what we speak of here is not just about others. It is about all of us. There is a wisdom that comes not from books, not from temples, not from theory, but from watching life complete itself. It comes from witnessing the final chapter of a human life, not as a tragedy, but as a profound teaching. Just as dawn teaches us beginnings, dusk teaches us how to end with grace. When we observe these signs in an elderly person, the quiet withdrawal, the change in rhythms, the gentle fading of appetite, the unexpected clarity, the sacred stillness, we are being invited into a deeper awareness of impermanence. We are being asked to let go, not only of the person, but of our attachments, our expectations, our fear of the unknown. To accompany someone in their final year is not a burden. It is a sacred honor. It is an opportunity to practice love without conditions, to offer presence without words, to become still enough to hold space for someone as they complete the cycle of life, just as we all one day will. So do not turn away from these signs. Do not resist them. When they appear, soften your heart, slow your breath. Be like the mountain in winter, quiet, strong, and unwavering. Sit beside your loved ones without the need to fix or change or save. Just be. That presence, that stillness is the greatest gift you can offer. And when the time comes, as it comes for us all, you will find that death was never the opposite of life. It was always the completion of it. It is my hope that with this understanding, you walk away today, not with fear, but with reverence, with a deeper respect for life and for those whose journey is nearing its sacred end. Live with awareness, love with presence, and when it is time, let go gently.